Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Harun Anaf. It's to the number 200201007. Welcome back again with me with the topic English and Intercultural Communication. Intercultural I see in everyday life, language, classroom, the workplace, family, study abroad. Intercultural competence is the ability to interact and communicate with people from different cultures in a respectful and effective way. It is the bridge between diversity and inclusion and is key to creating welcoming learning environments. IC is the study of communication between people whose cultural perception and symbol system are distinct enough to alter their communication. Circumstance in which people from diverse cultural backgrounds interact with one another. Indicator of IC competence: motivation, knowledge, attitude, and skill. An example of IC in daily life. In IC, people of one culture try to know the information conveyed to them by other cultures. For example, in a hotel establishment, the hotelier assesses their customer requirements, tests, and provides service accordingly. The customer also informs the hoteliers of their needs. The relationship between language and culture in IC. The two are intertwined. A particular language easily points out a specific group of people. When you interact with another language, it means that you are also interacting with culture that speak the language. You cannot understand one's culture without accessing its language directly. The role of language in culture. Language is intrinsic to the expression of culture. As a means of communication values, beliefs, and customs, it has an important social function and fosters feelings of group identity and solidarity. It is the means by which culture and its tradition and shared values may be conveyed and preserved. Wait a minute. How does language affect culture? Language is inherently, it is the means by which culture and its tradition and shared values may be conveyed and perceived. How does language affect culture? Language is inherently cultural as it reflects norms and factors in both subtle and explicit way. I forget. Language may develop saying that reflect cultural norms, slang terminology that reflect cultural trends, or even syntax that reflects cultural beliefs. Example of language in culture. Some examples are greetings, lectures, wordplay, prayer, and conversation. Untuk itu kita kayak misalnya orang datang ke Indonesia atau tuh kan ada bule-bule datang. Kita kalau dia datang ke Indonesia kita greetingnya kan bukannya pakai good morning kayak gitu kan, selamat pagi kan, gitu. Atau kalau kita pasti bisa berbahasa Inggris baru kita good morning gitu kan, supaya dia nyaman, jadi fleksibel lah. Dan kita paham. How to promote IC in the classroom. Some strategies and tools that can be used for teaching intercultural communication include film, corporate co-learning, improvisation, curve-based instruction, task-based instruction, production, interaction, negotiation, mediation, mediation, and role play. Ways to build inter-IC competence in your classroom. Have students reflect on their personal identities and cultures. Think pair share in small groups. Rearrange your classroom layout. Incorporate team building exercise into lesson plan. Interact with students from different regions and countries. IC at workplace. Good IC communication is crucial for both preventing potential conflict in the workplace and for resolving them. It is the ideal tool for breaking down cultural barriers, for developing an awareness of different cultural norms. There are major benefits for organizations that have a diverse workforce. I see the family. Family is the place where culture is learned, and families, in a small way, develop their own cultures. Terus di rumah kita bisa menerapkan IC, sekolah bisa menerapkan IC, dan betapa pentingnya IC di dalam sebuah kota. And IC offers the ability to deal across cultures, which is increasingly important. As the world gets smaller, getting smaller doesn't mean the world is becoming identical. It means having more and more contact with people who are culturally different. How to integrate with people from other countries. Be open-minded. Integrate by hanging out with local people. Observe how local people talk, behave, live. Integrate through the local language. Communicate. Don't assume. Tips for improving our intercultural communication skill. Do your homework. Ask, accept that you'll commit errors. Avoid colloquialisms, jokes, and idioms. Practice actively listening and observing. Repeat or confirm what you think was being said. Don't ask yes or no question. Pay attention to nonverbal communication. Speak slowly and clearly. Take a deep breath and enjoy it. Cara kita buat meningkatkan intercultural communication skill kita. Kerjakan PR, bertanya kalau nggak paham, terus tuh menerima kalau kita melakukan kesalahan, avoid colloquialism, jokes and idiom. Practice actively listening and observing. Repeat or confirm what you think was being said. Don't ask yes or no question. Pay attention to non-verbal communication. Speak slowly and clearly. Take a deep breath and enjoy. How can you improve IC communication? 7 possible ways to improve intercultural communication. Be aware of your own culture. Be curious. Experience different cultures regularly. Listen and observe. Learn to read body language and understand nonverbal cues. Be aware of cultural differences and individual cultures. Simplicity is key. I think that's all from me. Thanks so much.